Okay, welcome to Masculine Geek number 145, live stream game number session 25. And without further ado, as usual, kick it over to the rational DM, Mr. Raul Tomasi.
Hey, y'all.
There we go.
Where are my Cheetos?
Oh, I got one better.
Where's the Mountain Dew?
Shit.
All right.
That's awesome.
Okay, so here we are. The last I left you guys off. I'll give you the brief recap here. Let me see if I can zoom in just a touch more. Can you guys see that? Is that better for you? Wow. It's weird to me because it seems like there's more like real estate on the actual screen than there is when I'm doing it in Photoshop here. So anyways, as you guys remember, you guys were Gray, Blodgett, Duncan, Rothas. We're in the this area over here where you ran into the gnome once again. And Gray, you know the name of the gnome, and actually Blodgett does too, oddly enough, because when you met up with Blodgett back in the town of Highport, he knew who Narzi is, and that's who that you know that's the illusionist gnome that was here that sort of pulled a fast one on you. Rothas, you have the Springerly. Don't forget that. That's the wand of opening. You have discovered that there are 12 charges on it right now, so keep that in the back of your head. Blodgett, actually none of you guys are all that terribly wounded after all of this. You fought off 2 cavelings, and you don't really know what they were. They looked slightly elvish. You couldn't tell they had very pale, kind of clammy gray skin, and both of them had opposable tails of some sort. But you've never seen any critter like them before. In fact, they look like they were unnatural creations, and Duncan has said as much, that there were rumors of some of the slaves being experimented unnaturally upon. So that's that. The bigger problem you have right now is this door is covered in webs because Narzi dropped the web spell before he left. So that's your most present pressing danger. Aldemar here, sitting in the hallway, noticed Narzi briefly until he kind of vanished in front of him. And right now, Lupo and Grot are in the arena room with a lot of dead kobolds and a lot of dead goblins that you guys managed to kill. There's one slightly wounded badger in the corner.
I want to try to make friends with the badger, yeah.
And Lupo got, as I recall, Lupo got kind of damaged on the last hit because he had a dog pile of kobolds on top of him, courtesy of Aldemar pushing him into the door. So Lupo is none too pleased with Aldemar right now. Grot, you're getting a bad vibe from Lupo. So that's where I left you guys off right now. I will give you a little bit of DM advice here in just a moment, but first I need Robert to roll a d4.
All right, doing so now. As soon as I can find my d4. I rolled a 3.
Okay, that is your luck point for today.
All right.
Oh, and did we get Amos?
Amos.
Welcome, Amos.
What's up, Amos?
I should give Amos the picture, like his icon for his figure here.
Famous Amos.
Yeah. Amos, did you maybe you picked up on that, maybe you didn't, but don't forget you have the Springerly now, the wand of opening.
Yes.
That was your reminder. You are down your spells. We are still in real time right now. You've had no chance to rest or anything since the last session. So you guys are still technically in real time, just restarting at real time right now. Let's see. Grot.
Yes.
Right, let's go. Let's work with you first. What do you want to do? Lupo is looking like he's kind of haggard. He got beat up pretty well, and he got cut by a few daggers, but he seems to be all right. He's not like bleeding out or anything.
Okay, I'll motion to him and say, Lupo, we'll see Gray soon for healing. One moment while I make friend with Badger. So,
Okay. Badger is in this corner right here, and it's just like whatever noise that make.
All right, so I'm gonna pull out some iron rations, and I'm skilled in nature, and I have a +3. So I'm going to, if you don't mind, I'm gonna roll and see if I can make friends with him.
Okay.
15.
All right. You said 15.
Correct. Well, I rolled a 12 and 15.
Okay. It looks at the rations that you're holding out to it. It kind of like, aggroes down a little bit, but it's looking at the food right now. By the way, the halfling is more than dead in the corner over here.
That's what I figured. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Grat lost bear. Now have Badger friend.
So it's looking at it. It's looking at the food. It doesn't look like it's hostile at this point, but it's a badger. It can go from 0 to 60 in like an instant.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm not getting too close, but I am. So I'm gonna lay the rations down a couple feet in front of me and then back up.
Okay. It rushes out, lunges out, grabs the rations, and pulls it back into the corner and starts noshing on the rations.
All right. I guess that'd be it for my turn. I'll continue to feed it rations until I can get close enough to pick him up.
Okay, Lupo's back on his feet. He's kind of nudging his way through the dead pile of dead here.
All right.
The kobolds and the goblins. Aldemar, you're out here in the hallway. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna head down to the room where everyone else is.
Down here? Okay.
Yeah.
You get down here and you notice that the door is open and it's kind of swung outward, but in the center of the door jam is a lot of web, like spiders' webs, and it's blocking your way through getting into the door.
All right, I take out my longsword and cut through it.
You start hacking at it. Okay. So that's gonna be your action right there, because it's very thick and it is an unnatural kind of web. It's certainly wasn't done by any giant spider. In fact, you noticed the gnome casting that spell on this door right here. So you're hacking away at it. Let's go to Blodgett. You guys are sort of collecting your thoughts and looking at. Oh, by the way, I gave you the list of treasure that you found in the chest as well. Do you want me to go back over that, or do you?
600 gold pieces, 20 either platinum or possibly electrum pieces.
Yeah, and then there was I believe there's like 5 jewels as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so you will have to evaluate those. Nobody else can really evaluate them except for you. Okay. 600 gold pieces is very heavy.
Yes.
So he probably won't be carrying out all 600 of those gold pieces that are in there.
No. But we need to either see if we can divvy this up and carry it amongst the group. If not, we need to find a place to stash it. Although I don't want to go all the way back to those water barrels to hide them in the bottom of one of those. But that's something that I would be discussing with Gray, Rothus, and Duncan while they're in there. And also bringing up what we're going to do about the web when I notice possibly something hacking at it from the other side.
Yeah, you can see a longsword being poked in through one side and kind of macheteing it as best as he can.
Okay.
It doesn't look particularly hostile. It looks like there's someone on the other side is trying to cut through.
Okay. The only other thing would be checking out the rest of the room to make sure there's no secret doors or hidden compartments or anything along any of the walls or some other way of getting out of here other than the webbed up door.
How well can I see in this room right now?
The only light that you have in here is the lantern that was lit from the old man who actually turned out to be Narzi, and then there's still a candle that is on the table right now. So it's kind of low light in here.
Okay,
you can see the room well enough, but it's definitely in shadows right now.
I think I'm going to go look over the table. I don't. Didn't we have a map or something that we found there?
Yes, yes, you did. You found letters, and you found correspondence letters. You found a map to. I presume you're going to look at it.
Yeah, we talked with Duncan, didn't we, and see if he recognized some of the names.
I was going to say you also found a manifest too of slaves, slave manifest. There are a few notable names that, I mean, pretty much the slaves that they take, they don't really write down the names unless that slave has some kind of importance to that particular slave. And then they write down the name. And in this case, Duncan recognized one, as he's mentioned before, it is Lady Morwen Elisar is the noble woman that he is trying to find.
Okay.
And her name is on one of the manifests.
So we have to go save the princess.
The map is you actually roll me a d20 real quick, Greg.
15.
Okay, 15. The map looks familiar enough to you to know that it is in the Drakensgrab Hills and the Drakensgrab mountain range, which is in the Pomarge, which is where you are right now. Okay. And so there is a map, sort of a directional, like this is where they were going and this is where they came from. You also notice that the city of Highport, which is where you were before in the slave pits of the Undercity and the temple that you were in the previous adventure, there is also a map leading back to that. And then there's one leading to a location that is in the high mountains or the high hills of Drakensgrab. You guys are just in sort of like the lowlands right now in this stockade.
How are these maps in good enough condition that I would be able to roll them up and put them in my pack, or are they gonna?
Oh yeah. Okay. They're fine. They're in fact.
Are there any tubes? Is there any containers?
The maps are more well worn. The manifests and the name lists and everything are look like they've just been written on.
Okay. I carefully put everything in my pack, and I let the others know that I'm doing so. That I have these documents, and we need to look at them together later and determine what we can. About where they're taking the slaves and where to go next, or whether we need to go back to report what we've found.
Mm-hmm. So you are relating that to them, I take it?
Yes, I'm just kind of as I'm going through this, I'm kind of talking to Blodgett and Rothus as they're going through. Is Duncan, he's still here with us?
Duncan has taken a very keen interest in the manifest, because he's looking at the other names, and some of the names he recognizes as people of noble birth, of pure blood. Yes, some of them. And in fact, the only ones on the list that are mentioned by name happened to be either noble, highborn of some sort, or maybe an aristocracy. He says the only reason they would write their names on here is because I got to get my Scottish. The only reason they be putting their names on here is because they are of noble birth. And then he notices Lady Morwen Elisar's name on
this. Is awful daring of them to attempt to enslave nobles and highborn. They're just asking for trouble.
Well, they're worth more.
You think they're going to ransom them rather than slave them?
Who knows?
I guess that's something we'll have to look into once we find our way out of this place.
Rothus, you're up. What are you doing? You've got this wand in your hand.
You said real quick, so it's called a Springerly?
Springerly. Wand of Opening. And through your elvish wit and intelligence, you can tell that you figure there's about 12 charges on this thing.
Okay. I put it away as I'm listening to the rest of the group look through the room.
Okay. You're looking through the room, Blodgett. I presume you are as well.
That is correct. I am doing that.
And Blodgett, roll me a d20, and Rothos, roll me a d20 as well. And
10.
okay. Neither one of you find anything strange about the room. You don't find any secret passageways or concealed doors or trap doors or ceilings or anything like that.
Okay.
It's an awful big rug.
Yeah, it's as I mentioned before, it's a little bit nicer than the kind of moldy ones you guys have been rolling up and setting on fire along your way in through this adventure. So
When I see them looking around for stuff, I ask Duncan if he'd help me pull back this rug.
Sure.
We check
underneath it.
Do I need to roll, or do we just see if there's?
No, you don't have to roll. You look under it. There's nothing there. Just dust and little spiders. That's about it.
Okay, so nothing, nowhere to go, no hidden notes or anything. What about underneath? Like if I feel under the bottom of the desk and in the drawers, anything?
There's nothing under the desk. The only thing that is on the desk is the papers, the maps. There is an ink jar with a quill there. And like I said, there's a tallow candle that's on there as well. There is also it's not a bullseye lantern, but it's just sort of a simple lantern that's sitting on the stone right by the chest right here, and that's about it. And then there's this big fire pit here that you guys ended up extinguishing. So
I'm gonna take what. I can't hear anything that you're saying. You're just gonna have to close the door and. Anyways, I was going to say something. Oh, I'm going to take the quill and I'm going to take the ink and I'm going to leave a note for them on the wall that Narzi gargles ogre emissions.
Oh, okay. Well, while you're doing
in case
that,
he comes back.
Aldemar, TJ, I need you to roll me a D20 real quick.
Oh.
I rolled 17.
Okay, you're making some progress through the webs here, but it's actually kind of getting tiring because you're kind of work. You have to kind of really put some elbow grease into it. So you're making some progress and cutting through, but you can't get yourself through without probably getting caught up yourself in it because it's very sticky. So every time you hack at it a little while, and you have to kind of wipe it off and then hack at it a little bit more. So that's you, Grot. What are you doing, man? The badger is still eating and just about finished, and it's kind of looking up at you and kind of quizzically looking at you.
All right, I'm gonna pour a little bit of water from my water skin in my hand. There's a little puddle of water, and I'm gonna walk over to the badger, like crouch down low, and offer the water in my hand to the badger.
Okay, so.
Badger, take water.
Okay, so the badger takes a drink. Lupo is about here now. And Lupo's kind of looking at you kind of sideways like, what the hell are you doing? You know?
Gret, make friend with Badger.
Okay. All right, so you're working on trying to make this badger your friend. Do me a wisdom check real quick.
All right, that's intelligence? Or
wisdom.
I'm sorry, wisdom. I knew that. Shut up. God damn it! I rolled a 1.
Okay. Well, it's just kind of you're not making any progress, but you're not like technically that would be a fumble if you were trying to actually combat the thing. But since all you're doing is just like bending down and giving it water, that's all right. You're not making any progress. Put it that way.
Fuck.
It's just drinking. And kind of looking at you. It does, kind of, it knows what you're doing. It has animal intelligence.
Well, that's good. That's all. I'm hoping it.
So it's about equal with Grot.
Yeah, right about there.
Yeah, that's why we're going to be good friends.
Lupo is poking around, and so you can see him sort of like picking through, trying to see if there's anything these guys had, or if there's any kind of like clue or whatever that he has. And again, Lupo has the bullseye lantern on the staff on the rod, so you do have some light in there, and actually there's still quite a bit of light in here because of the torches that were on the brackets of the walls. So
all right, cool.
Okay, let's go back to Blodgett.
What is the fire risk for trying to set that web ablaze in order to get rid of it quickly.
Roll a d20.
I rolled a 16.
You think you could set it on fire. Rothas, roll me a d22.
15.
Okay. You know that if you are to set that the webs on fire, that they will most likely burn that door, and there'll be a lot of intense heat for a little while, and then it will most likely burn it away.
I say we torch the thing.
Yeah, you guys throw it at me. Which one do you, whoever wants to go?
I say we torch the thing. That's my thought and my intention.
I will cast Firebolt at it.
Firebolt at it? Okay. All right. You right before you cast Firebolt at it, you notice that the sword that is on the other side that has been patiently hacking through this, there is somebody on the other side of the the webs. So I will allow you this one chance. Do you want to continue? Do you want to fire it first, or do you want to take any kind of precautions?
I'm gonna fire it.
Okay.
Do I, as I was approaching the web to set the thing on fire, do I hear the elf talking nonsense?
Yes, you hear him going into his what is it? Fire? That's a cantrip, right?
Yeah, there's a verbal component, so you hear him speak.
Yeah, you would hear him. Yes. Okay.
You
Yes.
at the door! Get away!
Okay. Blodgett, roll me a d20, and Aldemar, you roll me a d20.
I rolled a, let's see,
Another 17.
14.
Okay. Aldemar, from the opposite side of the door, you hear this. What do you do?
I'm gonna roll for perception.
Okay.
13.
All right. Well, as you're trying to perceive what was going on, a big blast of flame hits the web that you've been patiently hacking at, and I need you to once again roll me a d20.
16.
And let's see, your dexterity is. What is your dexterity? Do you have your character right there?
Yeah, I'll pull it up. Dexterity.
I have all of them except for yours. Why do I not have yours?
Plus 7.
Yeah, I got that. But what's the actual number?
Oh. 18.
18. Okay. Yeah. You managed to dart out of the way as the flame hits the webs and starts burning it away. It burns very fast and very brightly, and then it kind of turns to a very fine powdery ash, and that ash kind of disintegrates and sort of like just discorporates because it's a magical web. So now you have successfully removed the web without too much damage to Aldemar. Aldemar, I'm just going to push you up here because you had to duck out of the way. Okay, so the web has been cleared, courtesy of Rothas. Duncan is still kind of looking at these manifests, and so he's wrapping up and sort of trying to take care of the paperwork here, Gray. And then trying to carefully give them to you so you can keep them in your bags. You have much more a capacity to hold stuff like this.
Okay. I will hold on to them for him.
Yeah. They seem like they could be important, to put it that way.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Well, Duncan is going to move up this way, and Gray, you're up. Where do you want to go? You see,
if we can get out of the room now, I want to go and see what is going on. I'm a little concerned about Lupo and Grot. We don't know what happened with them, so I'd like to go and look for Lupo. I'm kind of You're not supposed to be keeping him alive.
Okay, I'll get you guys to right about here, and I presume Hrothos, you are following suit.
What are we doing with all this gold?
Yeah, you've got it. Yeah, are you going to pocket any of this? Like, take any of it with you?
I'll
hide some.
The gems I still need to appraise, so obviously I'll
So
be taking those.
So you're taking the gems then.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So you have 5 gems. And you can pocket those or put them wherever you'd like. And so you still have the coins.
Mm-hmm.
How many gold coins were there again?
There were 600 gold pieces in this trunk. So, all 4 of you, well, Duncan, all 3 of you, roll me a d20 real quick.
Wait, 3 of
2.
I'll roll one anyways. I suppose 14.
Okay.
14 as well.
Okay, and Blodgett, what'd you get?
11.
11. Okay. Hrothos and Gray, you guys get the feeling that this part of the stockade is, how should I put this? Is for administration. So clearly they're keeping money here. And Blodgett, your little bit of insight is you are wondering why they haven't made you yet. You're curious as to know whether or not the actual stockade or the defenses of the stockade are aware of your presence or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we've been trip-dicking for quite a while and setting off traps and getting caught by extra-dimensional creatures and rousing blacksmiths and everything else. And
your Duncan notes this as well. He says, ever since we came out of that cloak things, that madness down there, this the nature of this stockade seems to have changed.
I concur.
Is there a window nearby?
Nope. Nowhere. You have not seen a window. You have not seen any kind of portal to the outside. As far as you know, you're like inside, like sort of in the guts of this.
Rothus, having remembered the gold, I guess.
Yeah.
Takes a quick step back, pulls out his pouch of gold, and grabs 100 gold pieces.
Okay, so you can put that on. Now remember, that's 100 gold pieces is, what is that, 10 pounds, I believe?
Mm-hmm.
So that's about 10 pounds of gold that you've added to yourself. But for you, that's probably no big deal because you don't have any armor or any kind of really, and not much encumbrance. However, the more you add weight to yourself, the more difficult it becomes to cast semantic parts of spells. So you guys notice Hrothos is going back and just kind of taking a handful of these coins and putting it into his own pouch here. So Gray, Blodgett, you see this, and Duncan does too. Duncan goes back over and grabs just like a handful, like 10 gold pieces.
I asked, do you need any help carrying that?
I say we carry it all, but we need to find Grot to help him.
I'll fetch Lupo and then have him pick some up.
Cart it out.
Yeah, that's what he's got to do his share. I'm old. I'm not carrying anything.
Yeah. All right. So Gray, where do you want to go?
I got to find Lupo. I'm a little concerned. He's off with Grot somewhere. Might be. Who knows what those two gotten up to?
Okay. So you want to go out of the room?
Yeah. And when I see Aldemar, I ask, where's Lupo?
I'm like, I don't know. I just tried to get through this door, cutting through what seemed to be spider web or cobwebs, but there's something else going on.
It certainly is.
I was trying to cut through it. There was a bunch of fire, and I had to jump out of the way.
Oh, that was Hrothos.
Hrothos, damn it!
All right.
Don't do this.
Down around here, Grot. I presume you're still trying to make friends with the badger. Vince.
I'm over here fucking talking to a muted fucking microphone. All right, so after he's drinking the water, I'll continue giving him more iron rations.
All right, give me Really? No, I'm full. Okay, roll me a d20.
Is it 6 or not? 9.
Okay. It takes a liking to you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So it kind of follows you back a little bit, more out of food instinct than anything else.
All right. I'll continue. I'll just start walking towards the door and drop a piece of food every now and then.
So it follows along.
All right.
All right. Lupo is coming back around here, and Lupo is looking at you like, "What the hell?"
This Barney the Badger.
Okay.
Barney. All right.
Barney.
Okay. Grot, you are out here. Badger, of all things, is over here. Lupo is over here. Lupo has managed to pick up some change, but there's really nothing besides the few coins that he had picked up from their betting, and that's about it that was in here. So, Gray, you see Lupo coming out of this door, and you see Grot coming out of this door, and you see what looks like some kind of furry black and white critter that is following Grot.
Does it appear to be attacking him? Do I get that impression?
It's not attacking him. It is following along, kind of like almost like a pet.
I call out to Lupo. I said, Lupo, what's going on?
Grot right here.
So yeah, Lupo's like, well, this ass over here. Lupo walks by Aldemar and comes over to talk to you, and he says, "I'm all right, Father," and kind of gives Aldemar the stink eye.
Yeah, no thanks to Aldemar.
I whisper. I try to outside of Aldemar's. I ask Lupo, is there an issue with the ranger?
No issue whatsoever, Father.
Did he try to touch you inappropriately?
No, that's confused with a.
Only once, Father.
He touched me inappropriately in my swimsuit area.
You know how the elves are. Just keep at least arm's reach away.
6 feet.
If he does it again, let me know.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have a.
He's like,
We'll have a talk with him.
Rothos, you're here. What are you gonna do?
Burn everything.
Cast fireball, of course.
Having grabbed the gold that I needed, I kind of make my way to the door.
Lodge it. Yeah, actually, Duncan.
I will kind of stick my head out the door to them and look at Aldemar and Gray and Lupo, and it's like there's like 700 pieces of gold in here. Come in, guys, and grab some of this stuff because I ain't leaving all of it here for these buggers.
All right, let's go.
So, Gray, do you want Lupo to take as much of the gold as he possibly
I
can?
tell Lupo to carry as much as possible. We may need this on our journey, bribes, possibly distraction. And if nothing else, we can use it to purchase rations and other things we might need on the way back.
All right, so Lupo already has packs. He's your pack bearer as it is. So he goes in and loads up with what he can find. And then you guys have got as much of it as you can actually physically carry. So
awesome.
I'll grab a few as gold coins as well as those Electrum or Platinum. Have I figured out what they are yet?
They're either Platinum or Electrum. You can't tell right now.
Okay, well I'll pocket those until
when
I
you have time. When you have
out.
downtime, you'll be able to evaluate the jewels and the
and then I'll take like 25, 50 gold pieces, whatever I can comfortably carry without jingling and destroying my inability to move silently or hide.
Okay. So let's see. Blodgett. You're there. Rothos, you took 100 gold pieces.
Yes.
All right, so you're weighted down by about 10 pounds. Lupo is now weighted down by about 40. So it's kind of heavy, but he can do it.
It's not heavy. It's
All right, he's a growing boy. Okay, Grot, you're right here. You see all this going on. You notice that there is a door right here, and the passage continues down this way a little bit more. You are also seeing Aldemar's down here. The only light that is coming from anywhere is from inside this room that's cast out into the hallway here, and Lupo has the bullseye lantern, and now Lupo is back into the hallway. So.
Okay.
Does Duncan or Aldemar want to grab that other lantern inside the room? The one that
yeah, okay.
I'll grab it. I'll go for it.
Aldemar?
Yeah, I'll go for the other lantern.
Before they ruin my inversion, can I see anything further down the hallway?
You can see just the through your infravision. No, you don't see any heat signatures down the hallway.
Right, so there's nothing coming around.
The only thing you can really detect is there is heat signatures coming from beneath this door right here, and that's about it. Like there's some sort of warmth from behind that door.
All right, so I'm gonna make a motion to is Lupo and Gray looking my way?
Let's see.
I'm probably watching the badger because that seems like a curious thing.
All right, so I'll say badger friend and heat coming from door. This door.
Lupo's just getting used to having a little more weight in the pack.
All right, I'll point at the door and say heat from door. And Badger's name is Barney, and Barney is friend.
Oh, okay.
Barney.
So Gray, you are about 10, 20 feet away. So yeah, you can hear that.
Okay.
All right, Blodgett, what do you want to do?
obviously, I notice that Grot seems curious about the door up ahead.
Yeah, you hear that as well. So
okay.
Mhm.
I will move up to the door to investigate it. As I do so, I toss like a little piece of beef jerky or something toward the badger, and kind of smile and toss it.
It scrabbles. It's looking it doesn't trust anybody, not even really Grot all that much, but it does take the food. So.
Okay.
Don't undermine Grad authority.
Food is food.
I will Grad give food.
Okay. All right. So Blodgett, you get up to here. And
okay.
Let's grab this. Don't need that big. Okay, so there's another door here, and you also notice that you can tell there's a bend in the passage here. And you notice, roll me 20, because I presume you're trying to figure out what's going on with the door.
Yeah, I'm listening for sounds, investigating lights or shadows moving underneath the door, and I rolled an 18.
Okay, you notice that there is firelight of some sort. There is a light coming from behind this door. You also notice that this door is fairly ornate. And it has some carvings into it, like almost like a scene of battle, but it's been sort of like worn away. So you can't really make out any like personalities or anything. There's nothing, but it looks fairly well done. And there are iron hinges and like iron clasps on it. So it looks a little bit different than the doors you've seen up to this point. Underneath, you can tell that there is, just looking under the door, under the bottom of the door, you can tell that there is light from the other side. Are you listening at the door?
Yes, I am.
Okay, roll a d20.
Rolled a 14.
Okay, good, because you did pretty well on your percentage dice. Okay, you hear a humming, like some kind of someone's humming humming a tune or something like that, but it's very low and you could barely make it out. You weren't even sure that it is actually humming, but it sounds like something like that.
Okay. I will motion for Gray and Grot
Okay.
and share that information with them.
Okay.
What humming sound like song?
Yeah, it sounds like someone's humming a tune. I don't know if this is a barracks or something else, but there's someone in there. At least one person.
One someone's or more someone's?
Only one that I can tell, but that doesn't mean that there aren't others in there sleeping. And this is a pretty fine door too, so it wouldn't surprise me if this was a big honcho's room. My only question is, how on earth, with all the ruckus we've been making this last hour or so, that no one's heard?
That would be the most surprising thing, is we have not been quiet. I think we should send Rothas in. No, Blotchet.
Maybe
Fireball. Send a fireball. Just open the door, fireball.
Maybe retard behind door.
That's a possibility.
All right. Blotchet, that's your actions. Grot, you're next in order. What do you want to do? You see all this going on. He relays all this to you guys. Aldemar, you now have the lantern. So you have a sort of a cast iron lantern.
Where are the hinges for the door? How does it open?
It opens inward. From the hinges will be down towards the bottom here, and this is where the clasp would be. So it opens.
All right, I'll go to the clasp side and back up Blodgett.
Okay.
And try to bring the badger with me.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, badger, oddly enough, follows along. Okay, so you guys are up there, and Grot, as you come up and around, a combination of your fading provision and what little light you have up to this point, you can see that there is up to right about there. Okay, Duncan will move up. Oops, not that. We'll move up to there. Rothos, you're about here. What do you want to do?
I move up and join the group up there.
Okay. And Lupo is right here. It's moving along. Gray, I presume you want to come up with everyone else.
I'm going to stay pretty close to Lupo, and I'm going to keep my eye on Aldemar.
Okay, Aldemar, you're right there. You've got the lantern, and you're probably right about there. All right. Anything you want to do in particular, Aldemar?
Well, since I got the lantern, I'm going to move up. Try and move up as far as I can go up. Be with Grot.
Okay, you can get right to about there because you had to go into the room to go get it. So.
Wow.
All right, swinging back around, Blodgett, you're at the door. Grot, you're right next to him. Blodgett, you're up. What do you want to do?
Down.
I am going to inspect the door to see if it is locked and or trapped.
Okay.
Good deal.
All right,
I rolled a 16.
Okay, you already know. So on that 16, you know it's not locked. It is a fairly heavy door, though.
Okay.
And as far as traps are concerned, you don't think there are any traps on the door.
Okay. So am I peeking in? And I say that to Grot since he's closest to me.
Mm-hmm.
Grot cover.
Okay. I will slowly open the door to peer in.
Okay. You push on the door, and actually give me a strength check.
I rolled a 17.
17. Wow, you managed to actually push it by yourself.
Jesus. Blodgett workout.
Push. And you managed to get it slightly ajar.
Mm-hmm.
But it is heavy, so it takes a constant effort for you to keep the door
Can I
sort of
lean over
pushing
and push?
back
Can I
on
lean over and help him?
You can see that he is having he's having a little bit of trouble doing that. You're surprised he managed to do this, but you can see in here, and from what you can see from where you're at, Blodgett, through the door, you can just see what look like crates over here.
Mm-hmm.
It's that same kind of stone, cobblestone floor, and
Right.
it looks like some kind of like skin carpet that is over here on this, that those crates are laying on, and that's the only view you can get without actually pushing the door completely open.
I think they turned your buddy the bear into a rug.
That's not good. Poor Sid. Long live Sid in memory.
Okay,
All right.
so Rothos, you see all this going on. What are you going to do?
See what going on?
You see Blodgett pushing his way into the door and looking in, and Grodd is kind of like
Leaning in.
he's not lip pushing.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm going to be just watching and being ready for anything that's going to happen.
Okay, roll me a d20.
5.
5. Okay. So you see all of this going on. The only thing that seems out of the ordinary is at one point the badger is just chilling right beside Grot, and it bolts around Grot's way. Like it moves like very fast around Grot. Like it was startled by something.
Oh. Barney,
Oh,
what give?
Maybe it
I
hurts
see this.
wind.
So I see this and I kind of, I guess, jump a little and I say, Grot, what's up with your...
Tells you a little bit. Grot doesn't see it. He's too busy holding the door open for Blodgett.
Say, Grot, your friend is running around like crazy. Looks like he's scared.
I'll still continue to hold the door open, and I'll look to my left and then to my
He's
right.
not. Barney is not to your left. He is now behind you and to
shit.
your right.
All right, so I sort of see him out of my peripheral vision. He looks skittish, right?
Hey, yeah, he looks like he's kind of like, his head's kind of darting like he's listening for something.
I lean in and I as low as as quiet as I can be with my voice. Blodgett, badger, skittish, something, spook him.
Something in here or something out there?
I think something in here because he's looking towards door.
Then we close it for the moment and then plan our attack.
All right.
Yeah. Blodgett, when you open the door, you still hear this kind of humming, but it's just kind of like it's a tune, but you can't really tell what the tune is. It's just,
Okay.
All right. Duncan is coming up here and looking. It's like, what the hell's going on? He's trying to be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Aldemar, you're here, or actually, but you're
You are here.
you're here. Gray, let's go with Gray. Lupo's going to follow you probably anywhere you go. What do you want to do, Gray?
I would like to listen at the door as well, and because can I see them listening at that?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to listen at the door and see what they're hearing.
So you want to move up here?
Yep.
Let's give you a little bit of space there. Roll me a d20, Gray.
4.
You hear nothing.
I can't hear anything. I just pass that on to them.
Aldemar, you're right here. What do you want to do?
Just keep moving up.
I'll push you guys up here. Rothos, push you back
Yeah.
here.
Push Rothos out of the way.
There we go. All right.
Out of my way.
Now we have a marching order. Look at this. My goodness. First time in a long time. Okay. Blodgett, back to you.
I look up at Grot. It's like, do we stay out here or do we go on in?
So you said the door kind of comes back on you. Like it's heavy.
Mm-hmm.
What does the badger do? Is it still
Badger
skittish?
is there kind of just sort of looking this direction.
Oh, badger, look behind us. Let's check out. Let's check out round corner.
All right.
So what do you want to do, Blodgett? It's you're up.
He's saying we want to check around the corner, so I will let the door come back closed and step back away from it and start to move around, come up to the corner there and peek around it to see if I can detect anything.
Okay. Let's see. Lupo is a little close, but this area down here is dark, so you can use your infravision.
Okay.
And let's see. You can see right about 30 feet, right about there. And all you see beyond that is just really, in fact, you don't even actually see this in the light. You just see this.
Right.
There's no heat signatures down the corridor right there.
Okay.
And again, the walls and the stone is still the same standard that you've been on throughout the entire blockade.
All right.
Okay. So Blodgett does that. Grot, what do you do?
All right, I will go around the corner. I'll motion for the badger to follow me. I'll throw it some beef jerky.
Okay. So you go up there. You see just about the same thing that Blodgett does.
All right.
So both have infravision, so.
I'll be in a guard position and keep an eye out on everything.
Okay. Duncan will up on the side, and Gray, what do you want to do?
Oh boy. I'm just going to stand back and wait and see, because I would like to know, are we going to try to open this and go in?
Tell me, man. I just work here.
I'm going to. Can I get down on the ground and try to peek under the door? Is there any gap underneath? And is there any light?
There's light underneath. You can see that.
I'm gonna try to get down on the ground and see if I can see underneath. Should I roll?
You don't need to. You just get down on your knees and you look, and you can see that there's light emanating from underneath the door just a little bit. And remember, this is a very heavy door. You notice the same thing that Blodgett has. The door is definitely wood, but it is a black door, and there is some kind of carvings into the door. The actual hinges and the iron work and the clasps and the everything, the binding and the bounding of it is in sort of a black metal that is that holds it together. So there's definitely something different about this door, but underneath, all you can see is what looks like there's probably firelight, or there's some sort of like torchlight or a lantern of some sort. There's definitely light coming from behind it. So.
I asked the others if I cast silence.
You already cast silence. I hope you remember that. Remember,
I think I might still have.
Unless you want to burn another slot for it.
I have, oh shit, I've got one more second level slot remaining. I might need that to heal some people. Never mind. I better hold on to that. I think I'm just going to wait and see what everybody else wants to do with this door. Perhaps we should just knock.
Up to you. Duncan is looking at you like.
Should we just knock and see who opens and just prepare to either bluff our way in or attack based on just the gut instinct?
I say if we're going to go in, we just go in. We have Grot push the door open, and we all go in and see what happens.
Okay. You guys are having this conversation in the hallway right now.
Yes.
Rothas, you may want to prepare a fireball. Just in case.
Nice. It's gonna be a nice backdraft.
Yeah.
So he says that to you, Rothas.
I start preparing a fireball.
Don't have to ask Rothas twice.
Okay, so let's just, so if you're gonna start preparing it right now, and it's going, I mean, you're gonna have, it's not like something you can just like say, okay, I'm gonna hold this in reserve. So you can be prepared for it, but are you actually going into the spell itself right now, or how are you preparing?
I guess I have my
Once you're committed to Fireball, you are very much committed to Fireball. And then also, I would also a kindly DM'd advice. You might want to look at other spells that you have as well.
Who's going through the door first? Whoever goes through the door first, I am going to cast guidance on them, which will give them, they can roll a d4 and add the number to one ability check of their choice. And that's, I just have to concentrate on it up for a minute for them to maintain that. That way, if something happens going through. Or
Aldemar, you're listening to all of this as Gray is discussing plans. What do you want to do, Aldemar?
I'm going to just keep trying to move up to get up to Grot.
Oh, so you want to move through the crowd here?
Yeah, just push my way through.
All right.
I got to push people aside.
I don't remember that just because your icon is like a circle doesn't mean you can't, move around.
I'll just show them just because I can.
Stairs is 10 feet, so you won't have any problem.
Yeah, there's
All right,
room
so
to move in the hallway.
Aldemar, as you're moving up towards Grot, I need you to, once you get to about here, I need you to roll D20.
Oh, you need me to roll. Oh.
You need to roll a D20.
Roll the 20.
Now 20. Okay. Well, you get up behind Grot and without any incident, and you are right here.
Barney,
the badger kind of looks up at you, Aldemar, and kind of looks a little curious at you, but that's about it.
Gotcha.
It doesn't try to bite you or anything. So.
Well, I still got my long sword in hand. I'm like, yeah, he wants to start a fight. I'm your Huckleberry.
Aldemar, meet Barney. Barney, Aldemar.
Blodgett notices that the badger kind of snarls a little bit at Blodgett. It's actually not that much smaller than Blodgett.
Yeah, I just kind of look at it and it's like, yeah, tell me about it.
Yep. All right. Well, Lupo is looking around here, just sort of, what are we doing? Blodgett, you're up. What are you going to do?
Grot, I think you ought to go through, and you ought to go through first. You look the most like you belong here, and that will hopefully buy us a little bit of time. If there's a problem beyond the door, hopefully they'll think you've just got lost and yell at you to send you out, in which case you'll have all of us to back you up, and that will buy us some time with his uncertainty. He might think you belong here and not do anything about it, which again will set them off and give us a strategic advantage. That's my thought. What do you think? Are you willing to go through the door first?
That assumes there's only one somebody behind door.
Well, if there's more of them, there's more of us too. So you won't be left in there alone. And maybe Gray can do one of his blessing hinky things on you to give you a little bit of a boost.
Grat may need that. All right. Grat will do that. All right. So I'll put my sword away. And
Grot,
I'm going to
roll me a D20 real quick.
Sure. 5.
Okay, what are you doing?
I'm going to attempt to pick up the badger and tuck him under my right arm.
You reach down to grab the badger.
Yep.
It kind of rears away from you a little bit, because it doesn't know what you want it to do.
All right, I'm gonna pet it on the head.
Okay, you're gonna reach out to pet it on the head. Okay.
Yeah. Good, Barney.
All right, it doesn't flinch away from you, but it kind of snarls at Blodgett and it kind of snarls at Aldemar a little bit. They're a little bit close to him.
All right, I'll go ahead and pick him up.
Okay,
and I'll back away just a little bit to give him his space.
All right, so you pick him up. What do you do with him?
I'm gonna tuck him under my right arm.
Okay,
like a sack.
All right.
Later on, I'll put him in my pack, but for now.
Okay, so he's kind of like wriggling around. You're the only one who could actually probably keep him in control. But he's kind of like wiggling around, like he doesn't know what you're doing or what's going on.
All right, I'll continue to hold him firm, and I'll walk towards the door. Move out way.
Hang on, I'm gonna link your layer so he comes around.
That's awesome.
Okay, so where are you gonna go?
I'm gonna head towards the door, and I'm going to open it boldly.
Okay. All right, great. Grodd is coming to this side right here.
But I'll knock loudly first, and then.
Wow. Okay. I am going to cast Bless on Gray or on Grot.
Okay.
I feel good.
Okay, so you're going to cast Bless on Grot as he begins to knock on the door. Correct?
Yep.
Okay. So you are casting Blessing. And it requires verbal. Okay, so Grot, you knock on the door. Boom, boom, boom. Like, how do you knock on the door?
Pretty loudly. Like.
Okay, so you knock, you bash on it pretty loudly. Yeah. From behind the door, you hear, "Oi, come in, you lot."
Yeah, plumber, come to fix sink. And I'll open up the door.
Okay, so you open up the door. And kind of poke your head in here, and the room is very well lit. And none of you guys see this except for Grot, so
just player knowledge versus character knowledge.
Just keep your panties on.
Don't metagame, you fuckers.
All right. So
all right, cool.
Inside here, you see what look like some fairly like nice seats of some kind, like some kind of like chair. There's a makeshift table there. Sitting at this table, you notice a very large figure. Let me see if I can put him on here. See, I don't need those anymore, do I? Where'd they go? Oh, I guess that would do. There he is. Oh, no, it's not him. Hold on a second. That's him. There you go. Good enough.
Oh, shit.
All right. So sitting on the opposite side of this table is what looks like a very large humanoid. You can't really tell what he is, but he's bigger than you are, sitting down at this table. And he has a hood on, but it's just kind of covering his face. It's kind of like a cowl. And you can see him on the opposite side of the table. There are several lanterns on either side of the room. They're flanking the room there. And he is sort of polishing and humming while he's kind of polishing this very large bastard sword that he has. And in front of him, he's got what look like some playing cards, and he's got some papers that are sitting out there. And he kind of he barely acknowledges you because he's like sort of focused on what he's doing when you come in. He goes, "Either you're too early or you're too late." He says, "Come on in, come in."
Grat is.
He says, "Which group are you with?"
Well, first, a Grat is never early or never late. He arrived precisely when he mean to.
I've never heard that one before.
That good one, right? Yeah, that good one. I'm gonna just pet the badger like Dr. Evil.
And then he kind of so he doesn't even really pay attention to you when you come in, and he kind of looks up. He looks like he's looking up at you. He goes, "Is it your shift already?" He says, "I didn't think you were. So you guys were supposed to be here yet." Said, "You're either early or you're late."
Grat early.
Very, very deep voice, like
Grat early. I'll try to match the voice. Like Grat early. And from Southern Garrison, not get paid. What give with that? Grat have badger to feed.
He's all right. Just give me a second. He says, "Come on in. Come on."
All right. I'm gonna kind of over my shoulder. I'm gonna watch Grat back. I'm gonna walk forward.
Okay. So you're right about here. Gray, the only thing you hear as Grot goes in is "Watch my back." And as he goes in, the door closes behind him because it's a heavy door.
A little help over here.
I push the door open and I motion to Rothas to get in there because I don't like this. Do I hear any of what's going on at all?
You can hear again because the door is very heavy and it closes back on itself. It's not locked and it wasn't trapped.
Oh, shit.
So it's heavy and it muffles the sound.
Am I able to keep this door from stopping?
You could push it.
I'm going to push it. I'm going to try and stop it from closing at least. Do I need to make a strength check? Because I am weak.
No, you can push it. You can see you have enough body.
Okay. I don't let it close all the way. I hold it so that there's just a little bit of a gap.
Mm.
Okay. And I kind of motion for everybody else to come over by the door so we can at least hear.
All right, Aldemar, you see Gray just kind of just barely touched this door just before it closes all the way behind. What do you do, Aldemar? TJ. Oh, TJ. What are you going to do, my friend?
I think TJ is incognito.
TJ? Going once?
Bueller.
Going twice? Blodgett. He must is twiddling his thumbs and looking down at his feet right now.
As long as he's twiddling his own stuff and not Lupo's.
Blodgett, what are you doing? You see all this going on?
Yeah, I'll move up to get behind Gray so that I can enter the room behind Grot if need be, but giving the Badger some distance. But there's no way I'm going to be able to hold open that door.
Mm-hmm. All right, Gray, give me a D20.
19.
Nice. Fine.
But I am weak. I don't know if it's a strength check.
Actually, that's over. So,
okay, yeah, because my strength is 10. I don't have any bonus.
Definitely, you're definitely over that. So it's pushed. It's pushed back against you. It hasn't latched shut or anything like that, but it comes back to the jam.
Awesome. I'm using my old man strength to just keep it from closing.
Mm-hmm.
You're retard strong.
Blodgett, by the time you get up to the door, kind of actually go back to where it was before.
Okay.
There's Aldemar.
There's Aldemar. Aldemar, I need you to roll me a D20. Rothos, I need you to roll me a D20 as well.
Another natural 20.
What the fuck? I want your dice.
Well, I see.
That's right. Give him up, say.
1, 2, 3 for me.
Oh.
That's exactly what you didn't want. Rothos, what did you roll? Amos?
Did you want me to roll a D20?
Yeah.
19.
19. That's exactly what you shouldn't have rolled too. You don't hear anything. Lupo looks like his eyes are kind of widening a little bit, like he's got a bad feeling, but it's just an expression. I got to roll for Duncan as well. Okay, no, nothing with him. Never mind. Grot, you're in here now, and everybody on the outside is probably unaware of anything that's going on. The door actually does close behind you.
All right.
And so he's the large figure, the large guy behind you, in front of you. He's motioning for you. Come on. He's all, have a seat.
All right, I'm gonna sit in the middle seat and then push it back a little bit after I sit down, and I'll put the Badger. I'm gonna put the Badger in the top of my backpack.
All right. As you get up to the seat, he looks up and he says, "What the hell is that?"
This Barney, him friend, which I need money to feed. He's friend.
He looks. He kind of cocks his head a little bit as you're coming around the seat. He knows that you have it in the crook of your arm. He goes, "Hey, wait a minute. Isn't that the crew that the little folk are screwing around with down to all?"
Oh yeah, that fucker's dead. So Barney and I are friends.
He goes, "Well, who won then?"
No one actually. I won.
He said, no
Grant
one.
win. Grant win.
He
I
said,
got
well,
one.
he said, well, who's dead? Which one's dead?
They're all dead.
Stunty. He says, the stunty?
They're all dead.
Die? That's what he says.
Oh yeah, he plumb dead.
All right. So he's sitting down and he goes, so you're about to sit down and he's having this conversation with you about the badger.
The badger, yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's happening right there. Gray, Blodgett, all you rest of you guys, everybody, Aldemar, Blodgett, Gray, Rothos, and Lupo. Roll me a d20 one more time.
Oh, I was on the edge. Let's see.
18.
Ah!
Oh shit.
Okay.
Punch buggy.
I rolled a 10.
All right. You do not hear anything. There's nothing happens. Actually, all of you.
Just hear some conversations.
Oh man, this is weird. Okay. Actually, sorry, I didn't roll for. No. No. All right. Never mind. Gray, what are you gonna do?
Fuck you guys.
I'm gonna look at everybody else and ask, should we go in? I don't know what's going on.
We should go in.
I push the door open and I step in.
Okay, you push the door open.
I follow right closely behind Gray to go in with him.
Okay, so you go in as well. And so you head in. Blodgett, what do you do?
I will go in as well.
Okay. You're right about there. Aldemar, what do you want to do?
I'm going to go head down. Let's see. Where am I?
You're right here.
Next to Lupo.
Mhm.
Next to Jack.
I know. I'm going to head down to where the others are and go into that doorway.
Okay. Which way? Down here?
Yeah, down south.
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 And then Lupo will be right. Lupo's right here.
Watch out for low flying planes.
Here we go. All right. All right. So as soon as you're having this conversation about Badger, and Gray and Rothos walk through the door, and that's when the large man, actually he's definitely not a man, looks up and he says, "Hey, you're either early or you're very, very late. The last caravan left about 6 hours ago. Are you here for purchasing, or are you here for a survey?"
They with me. They early.
He looks at. He's a little bit bored now. He goes back to sort of like polishing this big giant bastard sword that's in his
Big giant what?
He has a huge bastard sword in his hand.
He doesn't realize that we're enemies, so keep it.
How big is this guy? Is he bigger than Grat?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is he like a
Almost 7
giant?
feet.
When he says we're early, I say, well, we did hurry. Where might we get a bite to eat while we wait?
He's all, come on in. I got papers for you to sign. And he starts pulling out papers from underneath the desk. He puts them onto the desk here. He says, come on, have a seat.
I look at Rothos.
Grat's already sitting down, and the badger is kind of like next to him right here.
I look at Rothos and I kind of give him a wink. Hopefully he gets that it means get something ready.
You now notice that there is wine and cheese on the table as well.
All right.
Can I say something?
You say whatever you want.
I tell him that sword is absolutely magnificent. I haven't seen such craftwork. Would you mind if I checked the heft of it?
He says, "Oh, you like it, do you?"
Oh, yes. So would you be willing to sell it? How much gold would you part with that for?
Oh, he says, "Oh, I don't know, He says that it's not for sale right now. He says, I need this.
I will.
He goes, this is very special to me. My mother gave this to me.
Well,
Mom. He says, "Oh, come on! You've got to sign these papers here. If you're going to see the stock, you're going to see the inventory here. Come on! We've got business to do. I don't have all day."
Great signed paper.
I called a Lupo. Boy, come here. And I dig into his pack and I start showing him the gold. And I say, I really, really like that sword.
Well, come over here and we'll do our business then. That looks like a lot of money. Where do you get that?
So it's a bastard sword, and his mother gave it to him?
Yes. Is that what you He says, you talk real fancy for he looks at your ears. He goes, oh. He says, are you here for Marquesa?
How did you know?
He says, oh, well, then you're going to have to sign these papers over here. And he starts pushing papers a little bit. He says, you're going to have to sign this one if you're going to have anything to do with
I start hiding my hands behind Lupo and start
Lupo's wherever you want. Let's put Lupo over here.
I thought he was like right in front of me.
Do you want him there? I don't know. Great.
Yeah, I want him there.
Grab some money out of his.
He grabbed some money out of his bag, and I'm behind Lupo. I'm conjuring a fireball.
Okay.
I thought we.
How big and heavy is this table that all the stuff is
kill
on?
Everybody in this room.
Yeah, I was gonna say, give me an intelligence check really quick before you decide to go throw fire.
No. How about no, Tim? Okay.
He looks at you. He says, Marquesa, she might have some work for a guy like you.
Did you say roll a D20?
You, Rothos. You can't really see his face. He has a hood that's over his face. It's like kind of like it's kind of covering the most of his.
Does he look like Mushmouth from Fat Albert?
Like a cowl.
I rolled a 12. My intelligence is +3.
Mm-hmm.
You look like Mushmouth from Fat Albert.
All right, you know damn well you will kill everything, and you will definitely cook.
I am going to switch to something a little more.
Oh,
thank fuck.
Are his feet anywhere where I might be able to get at them? Like if I wanted to,
you can't see his feet.
All right, they're behind the desk.
And there's chairs in front of you, and he keeps motioning to you. He says, are you going to sign these or what? I've got paperwork to do, and my supervisors are not going to be.
Where's the badger? Can I reach the badger?
The badger's right next to Grot, and you are back there.
I am going to grab the badger.
Okay, you are way behind the badger. You're about 20 feet away from the badger right now.
As soon as someone reaches for the badger, they get punched by Grot.
Blodgett, what are you doing while all this dickering goes on?
I'm eating some cheese.
You're right at the edge of the door, sort of listening to this going on. You have not been noticed yet.
I continue to stay put where I'm unnoticeable and hopefully in an area where I can duck out of the flames if the knife ears decides to throw a fireball again.
Do you want to be in the room or out of the room?
I will go on ahead and would like to be in the room because I told Grot I would have his back, and when he came in here, he wouldn't be alone if things went south.
Tell me what you're doing as you go in.
I am going to hang back against the wall, preferably in a shadowy
area.
Where
would you like to be? Here, right about there. Where do you want to be?
Where Lupo is, or on the other side of Lupo.
All right. Roll me a d20.
I rolled a 16.
Okay. You think you're hiding in what little shadows there happens to be and hoping that you are unnoticed as you kind of wiggle in between Rothos and Lupo.
Okay.
As Gray is mumbling and stumbling over himself. Aldemar, what are you doing? The door is now sliding back closed again.
Is there enough room for me to jump in?
You could push yourself in if you'd like.
Can I roll for it, or do I just push the door back?
You can, well, how do you want to do it? You have the strength to push it.
All right, let's just push it and then I go through. Let's do it.
Okay, so you just
do it.
Just push it in and you go in.
Yeah, I could do it.
So you blow yourself through in here. As you're doing that, roll me a d20.
15.
Okay. Duncan is not following you. He is looking down the hall as you push yourself and the door blows open. And in goes Aldemar. And the large gentleman behind the chair says, "Hey, who's this then?" He says, "You're either early or you're very, very late." He said,
we all early.
He said, "What happened to all these people? Why are all you here right now?" He says,
"We're all early."
"You really want?" He looks and he kind of looks up a little bit at Grot. He goes, "Are you going to sign this or not? You want some cheese?"
Yes, cheese and some wine, please.
Okay.
And I'm going to go forward and scratch my name.
All right. So he says, "All right, you all you lot have to come in here if you're gonna see the stock. You're already too late or you're too early right now, but you're still going to have to sign for it."
All right. I thought I signed for it.
So is that what you're going to do?
Yeah, I'll sign for it.
All right. So you're reaching out. He's got cheese in front of you. There's some wine in front of you. There's papers in front of you. And he's oiling this bastard sword right now. Grot, roll me a D20.
I asked him, well, I'll wait for this.
11.
11. Okay. You notice that there are some personal effects around this room. Hanging above him, behind him, is a very large longbow, like probably about an 8-foot, 9-foot longbow.
Holy shit!
And it is made of a heavy black kind of wood. You don't even know what it is. You just notice this. No one else notices this. You're the only one that's up close enough to see this, and it's hanging over. It's hanging on the wall above him from behind him, like right about over here.
That very handsome bow.
Oh, you like that, do you? He says, "Hey, old man, you want to buy that? You want to buy this beat?"
I said, "Well, did your mother give you that one too?"
"Yes, she did. I love me mom.
She's quite the craftswoman."
We all love your mother.
He says, "Hey," he points. So he looks over he kind of gestures over at Aldemar. He says, "Hey, you." He says, "Are you here to see the stock too? Are you with these fellows?"
I have no idea who they are. If you want to kill them, I'm fine with that. Just kidding.
I'm going to kill them.
He's kidding. They're all with me.
You look like a very shady one. You do. And he looks at Rothas again. He says, "Are you guys going to come up here and sign these papers or not? Because I've got things to do."
Oh, you do, eh?
I look over to Gray. Am I supposed? Do you want me to? Should I kill him?
Grot's sitting down there. He's only sort of peripherally aware of what the conversation is with you guys behind, because he's looking, he's trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And also, by the way, the badger is kind of like wiggling around to your right around your shin right now.
I'll reach down and pet him and give him some more food.
Okay.
Gray, did you want me to shoot something at him?
Is that what you said?
Not yet.
Is that what you said, Rothas? I'm going to give you one chance.
I always
talking about the man's death out loud.
I say Ray though, not like out.
I asked him if I was supposed to meet up with Nazi while I was here. I have a couple.
He says, "Wait a minute." He says, "Who?
Nazi.
Oh, that little bastard.
He owes me a few silver pieces with a card game back in town a few weeks back.
You my friend are very unwise to play any kind of game of chance with that little rat."
Well, he up and disappeared. Poof, like that, and he was gone without paying. The nerve.
How dare he?
Yes, how dare he? Do you know where I might find him? If he's not here, whereabouts might one look for him?
He says,
Yeah.
"Oh no, I don't care. I hate that little bastard."
Nazi? How could anybody hate Nazi?
Now he looks at you a little cross-eyed. He's like, He says, "Are you guys going to sign these papers? Or do you want to know what the stock is or not? Because I've got things to do." Grot, now give me a D20, Grot.
Another one? All right. 16.
Okay. All right. All right. He says, "All right, you lot, are you going to come in here or not? Because I've got things to do."
Sign, guys, sign papers, and then we go forward.
Okay, I go up and I ask him, well, how much is this going to cost? We've bought plenty of gold, but we need quite a bit for the work that we need done.
This is work. What work do you need done?
Slave work, of course. Whoring and mining and building walls and digging latrines.
And training badgers.
Yes, badger trainers.
I kind of point at Barney. We need to get paid.
All right. Blodgett, roll me a D20. Rothos, roll me a D20.
Oh shit.
I rolled a 17.
12.
12. Okay, Rothos, you're out. Blodgett, you notice that Duncan is not in the room with you. You're the only one that pays attention to any of this.
All right.
Actually, and then Blodgett, roll me another D20.
I rolled a 10.
Okay. You still think you're hiding in shadows.
Okay.
Aldemar, what are you going to do? You're right there. You listen to all this going on. Gray's kind of stammering.
So I'm
papers.
down.
Aldemar, you're down here.
Yeah.
Sign
gotcha.
papers.
I'll sign the papers.
All right. So you're going to come in, sit here.
Sit down, have some cheese.
Krill
Have
dipped in
cheese and
blood.
wine.
Cheese and wine on the table. And he goes, right. And he says, you look like you're ready to do business.
That's
And then-
right. That's
all
right.
right. So, Rothos, you're right there. What are you doing, Rothos?
I guess nothing at this point. Just waiting for an opportunity to attack.
So the guy behind the very large individual behind the desk is looking over at you. He's wondering why the rest of you guys. He's kind of looking at you a little cockeyed. He seems to be a little bit more wary. Gray, what are you going to do?
I am going to. Oh crap! I'm going to try to subtly slip my mace into my hand while I am scratching up my signature on the papers.
So are you going to go sit down in the other chair and write? Actually, sign?
Yes, but I'm also going to kind of get my mace out so that it's ready to go. And when he reaches for the papers, I'm going to try to smash his hand.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're getting up to about here. And
Just turn it
then
into a shit
Blodgett,
show.
you're right there. And Blodgett, I need you to roll me a d20.
I rolled a 12.
All right. So as soon as Gray gets to the third chair right there, the large guy behind the desk looks at you and he goes, you hear him go, and he's not friendly guy anymore. He sees you, Blodgett,
Yeah.
and instantly looks at all three of you guys and he pulls the hood over his face And now it looks like an executioner's mask, and the eyes, you can see, just barely see his eyes through it. And as he does that, he kicks the desk over onto Gray, Grot, and Aldemar and smashes into you guys. So I need, and Gray, he's doing this just as you're sitting down. Grot, you're dead center. So let's see. All right. Gray, you are stunned. Grot, you are stunned. Aldemar, roll me a d20, Aldemar.
All right. 14.
14. You are stunned as well, my friend, as this big, heavy oak desk pushes over into you guys. And you guys, you don't know what has just happened, but this ogre that is behind the desk now leaps over you guys and heads into Rothos. So where's my boy? There's my boy.
Well, shit.
And all because he finally made out who Blodgett was. So
did he recognize Blodgett?
No, but he's halfling, so
okay.
it pushes let's just push him up over here.
Jesus Christ.
Get this guy. Yeah, he's a big boy, not a giant, but taller than you. He's a good 8 feet tall, close to 10 feet tall. So pushes in, and let's see, takes a swing with this big gigundo bastard sword. And okay, so Rothos, you are hit. Lupo barely manages to dodge, roll out of the way as this happens because of the thing. And Blodgett, here you have this ogre that is bearing down on you. Rothos, you have just taken
40 points of damage.
You've just taken 10 points of damage from this bastard sword that just clipped right through you.
Don't lose your head.
All right.
Actually, before you do that, give me a dexterity check, Rothos.
Oh boy, 9.
9. Okay, so I'm gonna let you. Yeah, that's enough to at least keep on your feet. So I'm gonna push you back to this door again. A heavy bound door right there. So he is right about here from where you are. So the strength of the hit kind of pushes you back a little bit. It would have took you off your feet, and you don't know exactly why it would have took you off your feet, but you're sort of staggered and surprised by this whole. So Aldemar, Grot, and Gray, you guys are out right now for one round. Lupo and Blodgett, you guys are the only ones who can actually do something right now. So Blodgett.
Holy shit.
This is first round. I'm not even going to have you roll initiative just yet. So go ahead, Blodgett.
Summon a bitch.
All right.
Now, Blodgett, you are a halfling, and you do have an advantage against like the larger sized creatures. So,
yes, I do.
And you are fully aware of that. I am making you aware of that.
Yeah. All right. I will attempt to attack it with my rapier and with the dagger in my offhand.
Okay. Okay. So you're gonna attempt to dual wield.
Yes.
I'll let you. I'll allow it. So, what are you going to strike with first, though?
The rapier, because my attempt is to get the rapier engaged, so I can let loose of it and then
Rip him up.
Okay.
Grab my other dagger.
You can use the rapier at your normal hits. The dagger is going to be at a -1.
Okay.
Just simply because he's bum rushed you guys.
Right.
So go ahead and roll for the rapier.
All right. 19.
Okay, that's good enough for a hit. And let's and then roll for the dagger as well.
Okay. And the dagger was a 16.
Okay. And the rapier does 1d6 or is it 1d8?
I believe it's 1d8.
Yeah, but you also have the advantage because it's you're small and feisty.
Right.
Okay.
You little bastard.
Okay.
Or actually, it's a dancing short sword, is what it is.
Okay, so you're using the
so
dancing,
it is 1d6.
dancing
Yeah.
short sword. Okay, so you have to actually attack with it once before it will dance.
Right. So
that's
this is my attack to get it to engage.
Okay, so the short sword, the dancing short sword, or dancing.
Do you want to roll damage, Rollo? I'll let you roll damage.
I'll roll damage for you can roll damage for the dagger. That's fine.
Okay.
The dancing short sword does a medium amount of damage. Let's just say to like his thigh.
Okay.
Oh, a mosquito bit him.
And obviously, I've got a +4 bonus for my dexterity being so high.
That's fine.
And then I'm rolling damage now for the dagger, and I rolled a 3 with the 4, so 7.
Okay. Okay. Let's see, budget. And Rothos. Rothos, you just took 10 points of damage. I'm keeping track of that. Okay. Now, Gray, Grot, and Aldemar, you guys have a very heavy table that's like pushed over on top of you right now. So, Grot, you're going to have one of you or a combination of you is going to have to push this table up and off of you before you can even roll for initiative.
All right. I'll motion to my fellow prone compatriots.
Okay. Should I make
on 3? Let's push with our legs. Let's move table with legs.
Okay.
Oh, wait. While you guys are doing that, Grot, you can make me a strength check. Grot, you're the strongest of all of them, so
natural 20.
I got a 7.
All right. Grot manages to push the table up off of you guys well enough so that Aldemar and Gray can get out of the way. The Badger has already sort of bolted to Gray. Let's say you're over here. Aldemar, you're going to have no other choice but to go here. Grot, you have to stay right where you're at. So, and then the Badger is bolted off this way. I didn't roll for an attack for Lupo because Lupo actually does have his hammer, and he misses horribly.
Oh, shit.
So he's going to move. It didn't fumble, but he fell back that way. Rothos, I need you to roll me a d20 right now.
16.
Okay. As you put your back to the door, you feel a thump or something is pushing against the door when you put your back to the door. And you hear like kind of a commotion, like a rumbling from behind the door.
Duncan.
Okay. So instead of casting Fireball, I'm going to cast Lightning Bolt.
What the fuck?
That's just a straight line. That's not a...
Yeah, like, never mind.
It's a straight line. It'll hit fewer people.
Is it going to arc?
Well, that's the thing.
It arcs in a line. It doesn't go like sideways.
We hope.
Okay. Before you do that, I need everyone to roll initiative at this point.
All right.
Are we rolling 10, going low number, or are we going to do like 20 and 20?
I just roll a d20. It's fine.
I rolled an 18.
Addition rolls. And add your initiative modifier. 15
20.
plus 2 is 17 for Grot.
Okay.
I have no dexterity bonus, but I did get a 20.
Okay.
19 for Rothus.
Okay. And Blodgett, what'd you get?
15.
15. And Aldemar, what'd you get?
I rolled an 18. 14. I can't remember. I think it was an 18.
Look at your die again.
Yeah, I put it back in the can.
Oh my god.
Sometimes rolling low for initiative is a blessing, so just saying.
It's rolling low, see?
Okay. What'd you get, Aldemar? Are you at 18 or what are you at?
Okay, I'm going to re-roll just for everyone's edification.
All right.
Okay, I rolled a 4.
You rolled a 4. You are last. All right, so Gray and the ogre go at the same time. So, Gray, you are just getting back up to your feet. So, you have one action from where you're at right now. What do you
I am going to, if I can get to him, I'm going to try to slam my mace into the side of his knee.
Okay, so you're going to have to move here. And I'll allow it, but roll me you'll be at a disadvantage, but go ahead and roll.
Oh, fuck. 11.
Okay, so you dead miss on that. Lupo is kind of reeling backwards here. Now so now it's Ogre's turn. So the Ogre is once again going to strike at Rothos. It does not like you, and it does not like Blodgett. So, and now he's not having any witty banter. He is like a growling, nasty ass, non-Shrek looking ogre. And let's see, I got Rothos. I'm gonna call it a miss because it was just shy of hitting you. So, and then Blodgett.
Maybe his
Blodgett, I'm sorry to say, but I just rolled a 19. So,
oh shit.
That's fine. I plan on using as a reaction, since I saw the attack coming, uncanny dodge, which should half the damage.
Okay. So you're gonna use that. You also have luck points too. So
right.
just saying. So you're gonna let's do this. Okay, so 8 plus. So you that's 9 points of damage from the bastard sword.
Okay.
So you can half that. So and round it. We'll round it down. So that'll be 4 for your uncanny. Okay.
Oh shit.
So it just kind of it when he swings with it, you can also Blodgett. Roll me an intelligence check. Rothos won't get this because it blows too fast by him, but you might.
I rolled a 15.
Okay, you notice on the hilt there are what looks like some kind of specialized hooks on the hilt of this bastard sword.
Okay.
And this bastard sword, by the way, is about as like is like 5 or 6 feet long. It's almost like a great sword. So it's a very long. For him, it's a bastard sword. For anyone else, it would probably be a two-handed sword.
Gotcha.
All right, Rothos, again, the door bumps and kind of pushes you from behind. Then let's see. So that was you two. The next up, Rothos, you're next. You rolled a 19. So what are you going to do, Rothos?
Cast lightning bolt
Okay, so you're casting lightning bolt
at the giant. Yeah,
that's the giant. Okay. So you go into it. What is the casting time on that? Is it instantaneous?
Yep.
Okay, so it's instantaneous. It goes off, and what's the damage? Actually, I could just look it up.
So the creature makes a dex save, and then it goes 100 feet in one direction, 5 feet wide.
Okay, 5 feet wide.
What the fuck?
Okay,
I'm gonna kill you later.
Well, I mean, if you want to draw an imaginary line from Rothos lining up with the giant,
And you're like 3 feet away.
Yes.
It's gonna go real low.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Lupo,
Aldemar's on the other side.
Gray and Grot are going to. You guys are going to have to do dexterity checks from that as well. Aldemar, you're far enough behind from the mass of him. So let's do actually Lupo as well. So go ahead and give me a dexterity check. Grot, Gray.
6.
7.
Okay, you guys are going to catch some of the damage from the lightning bolt itself.
I said you put the badger down, Rosa.
now.
And what's the damage again?
Hold on.
Oh shit.
Sculpt spells allows you to choose a number of 1 plus the spell level, whereas those two people, if they make their saving throw, they take no damage, and they only take half if they failed.
Okay. So they failed both of those.
So they only take half of 8d6 damage.
Okay, let's do this here.
I'm gonna kill you when this is all over.
Wait. So there's definitely splash damage on this?
That's why I told him not to cast it.
Hey,
Summon
either
it.
the whole room gets hit, or
Son of
only
a
part of
bitch.
the.
Well, at least this ogre dude gets it.
Okay, and
Shit.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
pretty much.
Well, I have to roll this 8 fucking times.
God damn it.
I mean, I had 46 here. I could roll quick, but
No, I've got it already.
Shit.
All right. So, and so if they make their save, which they didn't, then they're
they get. So if they made it, they get no damage. If they fail it, they only get.
they're taking half of that. Okay. So
That's good.
hold on 1 second here.
Fucking cock.
Because normally, if there's not that ability, they would take full damage on a fail and a half on a success.
All right. Well, congratulations, Grot, Gray, and Lupo. You've just taken. Rounded up, rounded down. I guess I'm going to round it down because I rounded it down for the rest of you guys. So we'll round it down here.
Thank you.
You're each taking 14 points of damage.
What the fuck? All right. Did we get a rest since we didn't get a rest since last fight, did we? Now?
Oh no,
you'd
no,
have
we've been
not.
in constant
What
action.
does the giant get?
Okay, yeah, he gets. You definitely hit him pretty heavy, and he it sends him backwards.
That's what you
that
get, you
hit.
fuck. And runs over Aldemar.
Pushes him back. He's definitely not dead, but there's a possibility he's going to fall over. I'm gonna roll for that. But first of all, Lupo is out of action right now. So
Fortunately, Barney,
shit.
my Badger's on the
Gray,
other side
you
of the
took
room.
14 points of damage. Grot,
Yeah.
you took 14 points of damage. From
Yeah, I'm
that.
down to 29.
What about the badger?
Okay.
He's
You
fine.
don't even know where the badger is right now.
Oh,
You just got electrocuted, my friend. Where's the badger?
And I'm guessing the giant took 29 or something.
It's he took a heavy blast of damage from that as well. So, Aldemar, I need you to roll a d20 right now, my friend.
I will
Ray,
roll.
you and I look like Don King right now.
Probably.
16.
Okay, 16. Oh boy.
Here's a lightning bolt.
Okay.
Ah,
Well, because you did not jump out of the way quick enough, as he is staggering back, he plows over you as he falls backwards.
Jesus Christ.
So, Aldemar, you're going to take damage from the fall damage. Roll me one more d20 here.
4.
4. Oh man, yeah. Now you're squished underneath him too.
God.
All right, so the fallback, you effectively trip him by being where you're at,
That's good.
and you take 9 points of damage from that, just from the trip. And then
Jesus.
when he splats on top of you,
You shit yourself.
you take another 11 points of damage from that.
Oh
So
my
you
God.
are literally at 20 points of damage, and an ogre has fallen on top of you. So Aldemar, you've just taken 20 points of damage. I don't know what your
Damn it.
total is. So you're
God damn it,
you're
Bob.
up underneath this guy.
For
And
those of you
he's-
watching
He
at
is
home,
definitely
drinking,
he is definitely hurt by that blast. So
Fuck
he's okay. So Aldemar, you don't get a turn. Rokas, that was you. Lupo's out of action now, and let's see who is next. Grot is next. What are you going
All
to
right,
do, Grot?
fuck this guy. All right, I draw my two-handed
Now
sword.
you're
Ridiculous.
just like your eyesight right now because you just got hit with a lightning bolt.
So there's two of them. Is what
You're
you're
kind of
saying.
like you're kind of dazed, but I will give you one action. What do you want to do?
All right, I'll try to make one as focused swing as I can get, like a slash down on this, and just kind of like pray to my gods that I don't hit Aldemar.
Okay, your sword is still on your back, so you're going to have to make a slap, like a pull kind of attack.
All right, so I'm gonna pull slash. All right,
Pull
fair
and
enough.
slash.
So
All right, so
two hands,
give
come down.
me a d20. You're gonna be at a disadvantage for sure, but
All right.
roll me a d20.
14 plus whatever my well, I rolled a straight 14, and my
Mhm.
pluses are +7.
With the those are strength bonuses, correct?
Strength, yeah, that's my strength because I have the stone giant cap on.
Okay, but there's no dexterity bonuses for right now.
Correct,
because You're
yeah.
too phased. So, all right. So that's enough to hit him. So you did hit him with the with one attack with the bat.
All right.
And what's the damage on that again?
My
It's
damage would be 2d6 plus 7.
2d6. That's right. All right, you definitely put a really hard hit into him with the bastard with that sword. He's not moving now that you basically slashed him with this thing. So you've cut him and he is out. However, Aldemar, roll me a d20, please.
Oh shit! I killed Aldemar by mistake.
19.
Okay, well, you're still pinned underneath, so the good news is you're only going to take half of this damage that Grot has just delivered to you
Oh,
as
Jesus.
well. So
A little help over here.
you are going to take 5 points of damage from that as well. So Aldemar, you are now at 25 points of damage.
Is there a doctor in the house?
And he is and you're still pinned underneath this now immobile ogre that's laying on top of you, basically. Okay, so that was Grot, and last but not least is Blodgett. You're lowest in my my line here. Well, besides Aldemar, but okay, so Blodgett, you're up now.
So since I've already had a successful attack with my dancing short sword, I'm assuming it is attacking again.
Yeah, the dancing short sword is levitating or let's say flying towards where this the ogre is. However, the ogre's fallen back, so the short sword's right about where the chair is here.
Okay. I will, since it's a magic device, Rollo, I will leave it for you to roll the hits and damage continuing on that and its action. And I will run forth with my dagger while drawing my second dagger in order to attempt to either stab or slash the throat of the ogre, depending on distance.
Okay.
And
so the dancing short sword does hit it as it's going down. You don't know if it contributed to killing it, but it did hit it once of its 2 attacks when it went down, and now it's hovering right about here. And you, as far as your moves are concerned, you could get to right about where the chair is.
Okay.
But now you can see Aldemar's legs sticking out from underneath the body of this ogre that's laying on top of him.
Okay. Once I notice that, I will yell Aldemar's name, and that'll be the end of what I do.
Okay. So Aldemar, you can just sort of like see his unmoving feet underneath the ogre right now. The ogre does not get back up. It's laying down there, cooked pretty well between the lightning bolt, Grot's hit, and the one attack of the dancing short sword. It is definitely down. You don't know anything else that's going on with the thing. It still has the hood over itself, and it's just sort of laying on its back, and it's not moving right now. So let's go back in initiative order then. Gray, you're up.
If he's dead, I'm going to run over and check on Lupo.
Okay. Lupo is unconscious and does not seem to be breathing over here, laying spread out on this bearskin rug that's over here. The badger is kind of like sitting next to where Lupo is right there, and you are going over here. Lupo is effectively dead.
Okay, so there's no, I can't feel any breathing, and there's no pulse.
No pulse.
Oh, fuck. Hold on a second. I got to hide unprepared. I thought that was already hid.
Wait,
I have
no pulse?
No, Lupo. You don't even know what's going on with Aldemar right now.
How long has he been dead?
Well, at least one round, so.
Okay. I have Revivify. You touch a creature that has died within the last minute. The creature returns to life with 1 hit point, and
you can try.
As long as he hasn't died of old age, and I can't restore missing body parts. Is he missing any body parts?
No, but he's got a big black char mark right in his chest.
Oh shit.
Okay, well, I'm going to cast. Let's see. You have to touch him, and Oh, fuck. Do I need to do all the components? Because I do not have the
No,
components.
I presume you have components. I don't. I don't
Right.
much with if you're gonna prep a spell, I presume you have the components.
One of the components for this is a diamond worth 300 gold pieces, which I do not have. That's not
Yeah,
the kind of thing
you
I'd be
do.
carrying around.
Yeah, you do.
Well, you can take out a loan with Paylor.
There you go.
All right, I'm going to cast the.
We'll talk about that later.
Maybe I just
All right,
happened
deal
to
with the
carry
devil.
one around just in case because I anticipated this sort of thing would happen. All right,
Paylor, we have an understanding.
I cast Revivify
All right.
on Lupo, and
All
I
right,
try
so
to
you're
bring him
going
back.
into that because the process of you figuring out what just happened and you going into that spell will definitely be your actions. So
That's all I can do.
all right, Blodgett, you already moved. So Grot, actually, who's next up? Yes, Grot, you're next. What are you going to do?
Wait, isn't it me?
No, you're at 15. You're
Don't worry,
you're
you'll
moving.
get what's coming to you.
Don't worry, Blodgett. Nobody's coming at you.
Yeah.
Grot, you're next in initiative order. So
All right, so I'm going to roll this dead ogre-like thing off of Aldemar.
okay, give me a strength check.
I've got a +4. 14 plus 4.
Okay. You are having great difficulty. Like, actually, tell me, spell it out for me. How are you doing this? How are you
All
trying
right. He's sprawled back like he's just taking a nap.
He's fall back like this, and remember, he's the guy is at least 10 feet tall, maybe even 11, and had basically crushed Aldemar underneath him and his girth.
Jesus Christ!
So you could try to roll him, or you could try to drag him. But if the way that the table is set up right now, there's no way you could really drag him. So
Yeah, I'm
the
gonna
best
try
you
to
can do is
roll whatever direction it looks like. There's some sort of, I don't know if he's situated directly under him or partially under him. I mean, is he invisible? I mean, he's completely crushed.
Yeah, you can see he's underneath him. You can see Logic can see his feet.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna push him towards the wall that's opposite direction of the table.
Okay,
Roll him
so
over.
you roll him that way. Aldemar, how many hit points did you have altogether? Like, where are you at hit point
How many do you have
wise?
left?
Let's see. Hit points. I had 39 to begin with.
All right, so you're down 25. So you're still conscious. You're like,
Yeah, you're not Lupo.
so Blodgett, you see Grot roll the ogre off of Aldemar. You might help by dragging
Aldemar. Yeah, that's what I'd like to attempt.
Okay.
I
Then-
rolled an 18.
Okay, so Aldemar, you feel two little children's hands grabbing your legs, and as you're kind of trying to wiggle out from under this, as you had the wind knocked out of you from having this giant ogre just trip basically backwards over you, and Blodgett helps you, pulls you out this way, and both of you together get out from under the ogre. So Aldemar, you are definitely damaged. Grot, you can now let go of the ogre and let him flop.
All right, I'm gonna catch my breath and then look
All right.
around and survey the rest of the damage, and I'm gonna give Rothos a dirty look.
Yeah. So everybody in the room looks at Rothos like,
Yeah.
all right. Duncan comes in. He's like, "What the hell is going on here?" Duncan comes back in. He says, "There's something going on down that hallway."
Where the fuck have you been?
Shit.
Where have you been?
Rothos, actually, you are up next.
We have to go ahead and block this door and rest in here.
Is the ogre dead?
Ogre is dead. Congratulations, you zapped him. Actually, it was more Aldemar that did him in just by being the position he was in.
So I'm kind of like walking around to the rest of the party, just seeing how they're all doing.
Okay.
Make
All right,
sure
you
they
know,
get
Gray is trying to perform like magical CPR and cardio. Oh, it is. She's got a
Revivification.
yeah, clear.
Yep.
He's got a VFib spell that he's putting on Lupo right now.
I tell Rothas to perform mouth to mouth on the badger.
The badger is over here by you right now.
The badger is stunned. He needs your assistance.
He's trying to figure out what the hell just happened.
I'll call the badger to me.
Okay. The badger is just kind of sticking over here with like kind of trying to keep a low profile right now. So. All right, Aldemar, you're back on your feet, but you feel like you just had the wind knocked out of you. Again, you took 25 points of damage. Actually, all of you took some kind of damage from this whole encounter. Blodgett, you took 4. Gray took 14. Actually, Duncan's the only one who hasn't taken any damage. Let's see. So you managed to kill this guy off, and so that.
We need to stake this door shut.
Let's see. I do
Since
not
it
have...
opens inward, we can push some of those boxes in front of it.
Holy shit! I don't have any potions.
We
or
can push
anything.
the ogre's body maybe over in front of it.
Gray, after doing Revivify, Lupo comes back to consciousness with 1 hit point.
Yep.
And so he's kind of on his feet, and not on his feet, he's just kind of like on his knees a little bit, kind of like, you know, trying to catch his breath or come back to life, I guess. Grot, you are here, and that's really all I have time for today, guys. But I will let you search the room if you want to while we're here.
Okay, and Duncan said there's commotion out in the hallway.
Yeah, Duncan said there's something going on down the hall.
All right, we should probably.
He heard something. That's why he was trying to figure out what was going on down there, and he brushed back in.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds if we have time on him too. So it's a 1d8 plus my spellcasting ability, which would be 7.
Okay.
And 1. So 8 points. So Lupo gets 8 points.
8 points. Okay.
She's up to 9. That's something.
Okay.
Better than
nothing, right? Yeah, better than dead. All right. So after searching the room, you find more papers. They were actually real papers. The ones that weren't ruined by the wine seem to be some sort of contract. You can't really tell what the contract was for. There are also looks like guard duty, like writings of some sorts. And Grot, the only other thing that's in here of value besides underneath the desk, or what was underneath the desk, there is a small chest that is underneath there, like a hand-sized chest. And Blodgett, there is not after Blodgett checks it out, it's not trapped or anything like that. There is what is it? There is 50 silver pieces in there and 100 gold pieces in this. It looks like it is payment money, similar to what you'd seen before. And then the other thing is that there is the great bastard sword that he had, and then there is also that large longbow that is strung across the top of the back area there.
Blodgett will point out some of the interesting features of that bastard sword to Grot. The hooks near the hilt and all that.
I'll take a look at it when I get a chance.
Okay. All right. And as far as the crates and stuff are concerned, the only thing that's in there is it looks like traveling gear. Like again, it's that same kind of stuff that you guys had found prior. There's some rations in there as well. But mostly it looks like manacles and chains and sort of like slave gear that's in those 2 crates. There's really nothing else of value in them.
All right. So, but we could conceivably rest in here if we keep this door shut and keep enemies out.
Conceivably, yes, you could. Is that what you want to do?
We need to know what the hell's going on in the hall. Can Blodgett sneak out there?
I think we
Take
need
a peek?
to. I think if the commotion, my surmise is they don't know we're here yet.
Can Grot approximate that guy's voice, do you think?
Maybe.
We lock the door.
Good question.
Then if they come, he could just yell, "You're too early."
Go away, Baton.
Away. All right, guys. That's all. I got to go. I got to make a trip to the airport right now. So
All right, everyone. Thank you
there.
for joining us for
Okay.
Masculine Geek number 145, live stream game number 25. And all right, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Everyone in the chat now watching, and everyone who will be watching later. We appreciate it, and we'll catch you all later.
Cool.
TJ, take us out.
All right, guys. Keep the lead firing downrange. Keep the wine flowing. Don't take aim wood nickels. And don't drink all the rum.
And don't set off lightning bolts in small enclosed spaces.
Hey.
Better than fireball.
Yeah.